This Sunday, The Miz cashed in Money in the Bank for the second time to become the WWE Champion. This got my creative juices flowing and thinking of unused Money in the Bank cash-ins that we haven't seen. We've seen a couple of creative ways, one of them being Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. There was a title match happening in the main event, and he said, I'm going to run in here. This is now a three-way triple threat match. All I have to do is pin someone. He didn't even have to pin the champion. And he became the champion by winning that match. So points for them for doing that. But there are a couple of other ways that we can take advantage of this powerful, powerful contract. You remember back in 2005, it might have been Chris Jericho explaining it, but this is a contract that can have any match, anywhere, anytime, any place, against anyone, any. There were no restrictions for that contract. So under that premise, this is the suggestions I would use. One of them would be, how about waiting a whole year to cash it in? That's one of the rules. It's actually the only restriction, that this is valid. This little contract in the briefcase is valid for one whole year to wrestle anyone. And remember, it's anyone. They may dress the championship, the briefcase in blue for the SmackDown title, in red for the Raw title. There may be a men's Money in the Bank or a woman's Money in the Bank, but all the contracts mean the same thing, anywhere, just for one whole year. So let's have some wrestler, maybe you think he's injured and it's May and Money in the Bank for the next year is coming up and the guy's injured, I guess he's not cashing in, and he surprise cashes in. Or let's wait a whole year and let's fire a wrestler. This is the creative part of me. So it's May, it's Money in the Bank, you just won your Money in the Bank briefcase contract. Here you are, and a week later there's some backstage drama that gets leaked on the dirt sheets. And then a second week later, WWE has come to terms. It's a private matter, blah, blah, blah. This guy is gone. And you go an extra mile and you actually terminate that contract. And this guy does not work for you anymore. The guy goes to the independents and he's like, I'm still Mr. Money in the Bank. And you're like, yeah, whatever. We heard you said some sort of stuff. There's rumors and whatnot. And you would have to do this with a handshake deal, knowing that wrestler is going to come back in a year. You would have to, on TV, act like, those were abhorrent comments and we're going to move forward. There will be a new Money in the Bank match later. Remember how James Ellsworth won the women's match? Yeah, but we can do a second Money in the Bank match just to make you forget that there is a Money in the Bank briefcase holder somewhere on the independents. Maybe he's a New Japan fan. He wants to wrestle the G1 that summer. He's got the freedom to do it because he's not under contract, literally not under contract. So he's hoarding it over here. You have another Money in the Bank. That guy cashes in a month later. Money in the Bank is the furthest thing from everyone's mind. We enter May. It's May. It's the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. The two Money in the Bank winners win, and now it's the final match of the night. It's a title match. The guy who won that night cashes in his Money in the Bank. I know this is very gimmicky, and you know where I'm going. And he's like, yeah, I just won Money in the Bank. But then the Money in the Bank guy from a whole year ago, whose contract expires in about 1 hour, he sneaks up from behind, clobbers him, and hopefully he can have beef with him and a history with him to make it even more sweeter. And he goes, Money in the Bank, I'm cashing in. What? You can do this? Why is he here? And the announcers aren't even saying his name because they think it's illegal. He wins the title that way against the guy who just won Money in the Bank. It's super gimmicky, I know, but it's creative and unused. The second one, okay, usually it's a heel who's doing this Money in the Bank cash in. What if you're a babyface? What if you're a nice guy who's just trying his best to fight, and you're in a rivalry, you just won your Money in the Bank, and there's this guy who's been a thorn on your side, and now he's ducking you. He's like, no, I don't even want to wrestle you anymore. I've beaten you before, and F you, F your mom, F your family. You make it really personal, and I'm done with you. Here, hey, restraining order, I can't wrestle you. I don't need to wrestle you. You got this Money in the Bank. Any match, anywhere, anytime. It's not restricted to just title matches, remember. So if you want to squash this beef, you're going to put this guy in an Extreme Rules or something. And then you wait. I'm going to challenge him to a one-on-one Money in the Bank ladder match where it's a no DQ match. You kick this guy's ass the whole way. The final thing you do is you throw him through a couple of tables. You go to the top. You get back your briefcase. Now, the briefcase does not refresh a whole 365 days. It still will expire the very May after you win your Money in the Bank. But you needed to do this to just defeat your demons. You got rid of this guy finally, and you get the match. And there's no way he can duck it, and he wouldn't want to. You hate me so much, you want to risk your money in the bank, put that on the line to fight me? Yeah, sure. Not that you have a choice, but sure, I'll take it. Yeah, it'll be an awesome match. So a Money in the Bank match could happen not during the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So that's the second one. My third suggestion is a singles match between you and a WWE legend, specifically Ric Flair for this example. I want to be the greatest of all time. Championship matches come and go, but I don't have a chance to do this except for now. Your lifespan is limited, Ric Flair, and since you're the greatest of all time, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Richard Fleer, I challenge you to this match. And you book it in like 3 months when Raw is in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Madison Square Garden, but you promote it so you can pop that TV rating. Ric Flair's final match, and you're gonna beat him. Everyone's gonna say, "What? You can't do that. He's not even a wrestler." Is he under a WWE deal? Yeah, contract. This is some powerful wording. I will take this whole company down if this match doesn't happen. What do you, you're so sick. What would you do? Why would you do that to an old man? Hey, I'm challenging him to a singles match. He can verbally submit. He can lay down for the 1, 2, 3. This match is going to be as violent as Ric Flair wants it to be. But Richard Fleer, I challenge you. North Carolina, Greensboro Coliseum, wherever it's called, match. The date comes. He accepts the match, or he has no choice, but you do your little entrance. He does his entrance, big robe, everything. Bell rings. Oh, it's real. He wasn't joking. He actually going to go through with this. Ric Flair, do you give up? Say you give up, quit. And then you're like, lay down, Ric Flair. Ric Flair gets down to a knee. All the crowd are booing, boo, boo. He goes flat on his back. You're the wrestler, you're the heel. All right. You milk it a couple seconds. Ha ha ha. I'm the best wrestler I ever have about. You take your 1 foot, you put it over his chest. Referee counts 1, 2. Ric Flair says, nah. This old veteran has piss and vinegar in him. He just pushes your foot right off of him. And you're like kind of stumbled and shocked. You make a couple facials. Camera gets his facials. And then you go, nah. You bend over to pick him up. Ric Flair, this savvy wrestler he's on his back, but he's comfortable. This man some way maneuvered you into a figure 4 leg lock. Crowd is going crazy. You're in this figure 4. And it lasts maybe 3-4 seconds with just a loud pop, and then when it dissipates, he's an old man. All you gotta do is boom, boom, boom. You've injured his legs. He's an old man. And when I say boom, 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 it might just mean like feet. You pound on him, maybe do a leg drop, maybe do a little knee drop. And nothing crazy, nothing where he has to actually bump, where you just do the moves and the man, he's on his back anyways. And then you take your 1 finger, you put it over his chest. 1, 2, 3. You just defeated the greatest wrestler of all time with 1 finger. That gets you so much heat. That gets you so much heat that even the WWE champion is going to say, oi buddy, I'm the WWE champion. I'm the greatest wrestler of all time. You want to face the greatest? Don't go picking after a guy 30 years past his prime. You challenge me, and boom, you cashed in Money in the Bank. And now it wasn't for the title match, but it got you a title match. You're the most hated person in the company. It's an unused creative Money in the Bank cash-in that I'd like to see done, because it's always done for the title. But let's not forget that the contract in that briefcase doesn't specify whether it's got to be a title match, based on like what they said in 2005. If you liked any of those ideas, tell me which one was your favorite. I think that third one can't be competed with. That is money. I hope like a WWE writer is listening to this. That's it. I'm chill.